So we are on the Norwegian Escape.
Were we doing gluten-free? Let's start over.
No, okay.
Okay, you're recording. You want to...
Chicken was totally fine. No issues.
Are we reviewing the whole thing or just gluten-free?
Thoughts so far? Just everything.
Okay, so my thoughts, because I'm comparing with Royal Caribbean.
We did Royal Caribbean.
Last spring.
What was it?
Yes, Adventures on the Sea. We're on NCL Escape. So
I thought the chicken was actually better on this one.
I thought it was quicker on Royal.
Although we have no line here either.
We had a mass of people today, but it never stopped. You were moving through the whole way.
Quick.
Yeah.
I mean, 10, maybe 15.
Very similar. Yeah.
First day buffet.
So that's going to be in our gluten-free part. The food was okay. Not a single thing was labeled gluten-free. So I had to ask.
Unless you know for sure, oh, there's no way that this could have gluten in it.
Right. So,
which is hard to say.
Well, salad stuff. But I had to ask, and it took over 5 minutes for them to go ask somebody else, and then he comes back. So then if you go to another station, ask, you're standing there at each station for 5 to 10 minutes just to find out if something is gluten-free. I asked several different people. I did finally find a lady that called, and on the phone, they told her what was gluten-free, which is hard to trust that she's going to remember everything in the whole place, that it's gluten-free. So I did ask them, several people, can you please label your stuff, whether it's gluten-free or not? Because this is not practical.
Yeah, so kind of to be determined on the rest
the food
of the buffet.
And the buffet, yes.
Because we did notice that on the first day of the Royal Caribbean one, also not the greatest.
Yeah, so we don't know if first day buffet is not that good, but...
We have our first dinner tonight. I will say that on the Adventures of the Sea, and we didn't know this till we went to dinner the first night, but they did a fantastic job. Because every night, the day before, pretty much anything on the menu, they would make gluten-free. Even the desserts, everything was fantastic. So we learned our whole group got to sit together. It was really good.
We knew going here that we should go and pre-order our food first. So we still get to pre-order so that our food they'll know that we're coming so that when the rest of our table that's not gluten-free orders, they will be made at the same time. So the whole table isn't waiting on just a few people.
And most of the things on the menu can be made.
Yeah, they do have some stuff that's marked as gluten-free on the menu, so that's very clear.
And there's only a couple of things that couldn't be made gluten-free.
Yes, and that's always going to happen, like the ravioli that comes from outside. They can't make it gluten-free. But even on the Royal Caribbean last time, there was a pasta, and he didn't have a certain kind of pasta, but we were going to a port, and he said, if we can find it at the port, we will get you gluten-free. And so the next night, they made us all gluten-free.
I mean, they for sure went above and beyond of what they actually needed to do. It was I mean, for them to find it in port on some island, I don't remember what island. That was pretty cool.
Yes, and they were small. That was
super
crazy.
Friendly. Yeah.
So we will see how the food is tonight. Did not love the buffet. We haven't eaten anywhere else. As far as the ship and the pools, what do you think?
The main pool, not a huge fan, just because it's just super loud. That's not my scene. I don't want to be we're this close on the chairs and we can't have a conversation. Yelling. Yeah, so you're just kind of sitting there So we went to the adult area, which was in the back.
No pool though.
No pool. They do have a cool
it's a grotto area. And the water's just deep. Yeah. And a little rain, so you can cool off in that, but you're not sitting by a pool.
Yeah. But I mean, for me, I don't really care. I'm not probably going to sit in the pool anyway. I'm just going to go to cool down a little bit.
Yeah, but so versus Royal, what I liked is, so the adult pool with the adult spas is where the music is for NCL. For Royal, Adventure of the Sea at least, the kid pool, it wasn't a kid pool. It was the everybody pool, was where the music was. And then you walk past that, and then it's kind of enclosed where the spa was.
Separate area.
And then another pool spa. We call jacuzzi a spa. So that's what we're talking about when we say spa. Hot tub. Yeah, they were over there where you could still hear the music, but it wasn't blasting in your ears. And there was a bar on either side. So here on NCL, the pool that's for the kids is on the other side away from the music.
Yeah.
Which I liked it better the other way around, because you can have anybody near the music, but if adults want a little bit of quiet where they can actually talk, then you can be on the other side with Royal.
I do think that the overall interior of this boat is probably a little bit newer and nicer than the Adventures of the Sea.
It was refurbished.
Yeah, but I do like that the Adventure of the Sea, it was more open. You go into the main middle area and it was it was multiple stories tall.
Yes.
This one kind of everywhere, it feels kind of a little bit closed in.
Right when we got on the boat, we walked into the buffet and it just felt like the ceilings were so low. That's the other thing. So we're aft. So if we take our stairs right up to where the buffet...
we're at the back.
Yeah. If we take our stairs up to deck 16, we have to walk through the buffet to get to the pool, which that's odd to me that you're walking through where everybody's eating just to get somewhere. So if we don't want to walk through the buffet,
Take your main floor all the way to where
You
you want to go,
can,
then go up.
but the buffet at certain times, if everybody's leaving, is going to get crowded. And if there's people just passing through,
Yeah,
that's silly the way that's designed.
yeah.
Where
It's
and
a-
Royal, it was at the very back. There's nothing on the other side of it.
I do feel like this is so. According to the stats, I think this is a slightly bigger ship,
It is.
but it does. It actually feels a little bit smaller. I feel like because they tried to
Yes.
almost cram too many things in. Now, granted, I haven't walked through the whole ship like you have yet.
Yeah. I just like the design of Royal Caribbean better. The gym was in the front where you are looking at the ocean. The gym here is.
It's on the side. I mean, you still see
And
the
there's
ocean.
a pathway through the gym again. It's not a separate room.
Yeah. So as you're working out, you have like all the people going to and from the spa. They're like
Yes.
walking kind of through the middle of you.
Yes. And there's no sauna on this ship for all guests, where on the Royal Caribbean, you can go in the gym and then you can go in the locker room and use the sauna. Here, I don't get a sauna the whole week. I'm used to my sauna 3 days a week. I'm spoiled.
You spoil that home, yeah. I mean, not bad though. I mean,
No,
it's only
fine.
the first day. We'll see how it goes. But it's definitely we're a different time of the year, so
It's definitely harder. But we will have to update you on the gluten-free food with NCL versus Royal Caribbean.
stay tuned. Oh, very important for the kids. So far we did have our first gluten-free pizza, and it was not as good.
Not nearly as good. They
Royal-
loved Royal Caribbean gluten-free pizza.
Yes,
Here it was not cooked all the way.
Our kids, they like probably Blaze is probably their favorite, and this was up there on par, maybe even surpassed.
They still talk about it too a year and a couple months later, the gluten-free pizza on Royal Caribbean.
We were on
This pizza's
on
nothing
that-
to write home
Yeah,
about.
we were on that ship for a week, and our kids, I don't know, there may be even some other kids, but they cleaned them out of the pizza. I think it was the second to the last day, maybe the last day. They said, "Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
there's
we're
no
all
one.
out. You guys."
There was just a few gluten-free families that we had heard because they told us. And yeah, they probably not a good idea to share with everybody how much pizza we allowed our kids to eat.
Yeah, well, we're on vacation, so. And not that the pizza on that Escape was bad. It was good.
They need to cook it.
Yeah, it's next time. Today is a day 2. Actually, so this is the beginning of day 3. Yesterday was a day at sea, and I'm gonna do a little.
On the Norwegian.
No, it is not.
And
Unless you know, like just bacon, just sausage, just meat.
And even so, the eggs are like, it looks like it's from a carton. So it's like, I don't know, should I read the ingredients? It's hard. It's really hard. And then you ask somebody and today I asked for a gluten-free waffle because yesterday I made us one. And then I see her, she says, just a waffle. Today I asked for a gluten-free pancake because yesterday they made us one. Today I asked for one and they said they just have waffles, and I see her pull out the box of the Vans waffle bread. Like, never mind. I don't want it.
There's one water station.
Yes.
Oh, it's right in the middle. You come up through the elevator and everything has to go through to
Yes.
It's like crazy busy. The windows are not big.
Yeah, if you're in the back of the ship, if you come.
The cruise review is going to be like, oh, just wait, we're tearing apart.
Dinner last night, I got one piece of broccoli on my plate. We just don't have the vegetables here. With Royal Caribbean, we had actual vegetables as sides. Here, we
Like
get
multiple
French
pieces of
fries with our
vegetables.
steak. Like, what?
Yeah. And then, so we get to pre-order the night before for our dinner.
Yeah.
And granted, we've only been on one other cruise.
Maybe we were spoiled.
So we go to order our dessert, and they said, oh, it's chef's choice because I guess multiple things can't all be made gluten-free or whatever.
It's the same
Which
dry
looks like it's a
calculus chocolate
packaged.
cake. It came out of a box. Yeah. They're just, it's very, everything, the food is cafeteria food. It's frozen. Nothing's really made. Where our last
Did you talk
cruise-
about the cheese?
Oh, gosh.
Cheese and the omelet.
Yesterday, our son was like, this doesn't taste right. Taste it. And he shoves a bite in my mouth. And I was like, trying to wipe out my mouth. It was like some oil. It's like,
It's not.
it was the cheese. It was like, it tasted like something that was not edible. And I'm like wiping it off my tongue.
I mean, I don't have huge expectations for a buffet. It's a buffet, mass producing food. Okay, it's probably not going to be super great. We have multiple days left, so we'll see. I'm excited about we're on Honduras here. So we get to go our ATV riding and snorkeling and stuff. So we do like seeing new places. So, okay. I would say the best food that my wife and son, and maybe me too, has been Mama's Fish House on Maui. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So that's our scale.
Best food ever.
That's our scale.
Very expensive.
A 0 is terrible. A 10 is Mama's Fish House.
That's a small range. Okay.
What do you mean small range?
Yeah.
0 to 10.
Okay, go ahead.
0 to 10. Okay, 10 is Mama's Fish House. The Royal Caribbean Adventures of the Sea. That's what we went on, right? Prior to.
Yeah.
Would you rate that?
I would rate that like a regular everyday restaurant at home, not fancy, but like claim jumper. Like
7? What would you rate it?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at rating. I don't know.
Come on.
It's not a 10.
You're the foodie. You should know.
It's just a regular everyday restaurant. That's how I would give it.
Give it a number.
Numbers.
It's not hard.
Okay. So maybe a 6.
Yeah, I would. Okay, I would agree. And then so far, this would you give it?
I mean,
do an overall rating, or would you do
most of it
buffet and then also like a restaurant?
Okay, buffet is like a 1.
No, I mean you can still eat it.
Well, I can eat the fruit. See, you don't know
3 or 4.
numbers.
It's
you
a
don't
3.
like my
No,
numbers.
It's a 3 or a 4.
I'd say the restaurant's a 3. The main dining halls, you're getting served the buffet.
The buffet is a 3. The restaurant's a 4, maybe. Yeah, so pretty disappointing.
That's 5 minutes long. I don't know what Heather's going to do with this.
Yeah, but people want to know if you're gluten-free.
I'll do like 5 parts.
NCL Escape. Hard to pronounce.
This is not food stuff.
No, but to get water.
Yeah, they don't have water at every bar like they did on Royal Caribbean.
It's like a trek.
And then you complain about it. They're like, "Oh, you could buy a pack of water for like $50."
12-pack for $50. So anyway,
You should be able to get water.
Update you later.
Okay.
Here we are. This is day.
I don't know what day.
4.
It doesn't matter what day.
4 or 5.
It's Cozumel Day, if I said it right.
This is Dr. Craig's and Dr. Chris. Gluten-free travel reviews.
Dr. Kristen's now.
Yeah. This is Dr. Craig. There you go. Okay, so let's go back to day 2.
I don't know days.
Day 2 is Roatan.
Okay, so we're going to Roatan Day, first stop.
Yeah, pass. It's just Roatan.
Is it a gluten-free review? Or?
We're throwing on us. It can't be just the food.
Okay, Roatan was interesting. I mean, we did
the ATV
tour. I mean, the tours aren't wonderful. We went to Laguna Beach. And
that was nice.
It was nice. The water was murky, but
it was super pretty. And we had it kind of to ourselves.
We probably should have done a snorkel tour because they have a really good reef there, apparently, and visibility was 80 feet. But we didn't do that, and we didn't snorkel. So we wanted to see the island.
Well, and with this, I don't feel like we actually did see the island. So keep in mind, we do have like our own off-roading stuff. So we're used to something different. And this was like you have a little area and you're doing like figure 8, like
Dr. Craig did run into a tree, though.
I was trying to make it more fun, and I was weaving, all right?
The most experienced driver ran into a tree.
And the water wasn't, I mean, granted, we didn't go.
Did we have food? Oh, we had food. We haven't gotten a cultural food experience. They're like feeding us American food. Where we go. Yesterday was better, though.
Yeah, okay, so let's go to yesterday then. So yesterday we
was Harvest Caye.
My arm is getting so tired, I'm going to switch.
In Belize. We went to Harvest Caye, Belize, and Harvest Caye, Belize is a private island owned by NCL, and it was like being on the boat off the boat. So we took a ferry
Except
over.
You got to pay.
Yeah, you have to pay for everything. We took the ferry over to Placencia, not to be confused with Placentia.
Which practices, so if you ever need us.
It's actually pronounced Placencia in Belize is Placencia. So we went over to Placencia. Everything was closed. Well, not everything. Most things were closed on Wednesdays.
They're closed.
Water was murky. We did find food, and it was really, really good.
Yeah, Wendy's. It's called Wendy's Creole food, I think.
Yeah, and we had nachos. They were layered with all kinds of good, yummy goodness.
And it was a pleasant surprise because we got the bill and it was $91. Like,
oh my gosh!
On vacation. So I gave him $100, and then he comes back out and he goes, "Oh, this is way too much." So apparently the bill was in Belizean money and not U.S. dollars.
So it's half that.
Yeah. So I gave him a good tip.
We should have ordered more. So that food was good. Back to the food on the boat.
Yeah.
I'm sick of the same menu every night.
So we're eating now at the buffet for dinner
tonight.
There's
because I ordered the chicken again because the menu, little bits and pieces of it changed. Most of it is the same, but I'm not going to have a rotisserie chicken and 1 broccoli and a tiny thing of mashed potatoes every single night. It gets old.
And the dessert every single night.
The meat is not good.
A flourless chocolate cake.
That is super dense. So you have to have ice cream to go with it to take a bite to get it down. But I mean, we just passed on it.
We were able to get a hold of the...
Oh, they gave us flan last night. I almost spit it out.
Well, apparently I don't like...
I don't know if I like flan. I did not like that flan.
We did talk to the master chef.
Yeah, the buffet master chef is good. And he made us a crepe, a gluten-free crepe. So we got to have crepes. And I love crepes. And I have not had a crepe since pre-gluten-free. So that was really good.
That was good. And he was more knowledgeable on what was gluten-free and what was not. But at the same time, he still said that marshmallows were not gluten-free. And maybe they're not, but typically
maybe.
they
We don't
are.
know.
Maybe these ones are special.
But this is the
not
fourth
gluten-free ones.
answer we got on ice cream. The ice cream is gluten-free,
Or
some
not.
of it, but some still say it's not. So we don't know.
And yeah, and they're not sure which ones are in ours.
Yeah, so
it's been a challenge.
NCL is not recommended for celiac. So our son's stomach is okay, he said, but he has had more corn than normal and he can't do corn very well. So it's not for celiacs. I would recommend Royal Caribbean. We have not been on Princess.
Or MCS or Virgin or...
Yeah.
Granted, this is only our second
We're
cruise.
not cruisers, but yeah, so... This is our experience.
Our first one, like, we had fun. I mean, we're on another cruise.
Yeah.
But I would say, so if this was our first cruise, we would not be cruising again.
Is that a tick? What is that? Okay, it flies.
No ticks out here.
Okay, good.
Anyway, if this was our first cruise, we would not be going back. Our first cruise was the Eastern Caribbean. This is the Western Caribbean.
The water was not good in Roatan. The water was not good in...
Now, here, it's way better. This is what we were expecting, and this is kind of what we've done in the Eastern Caribbean. It wasn't until much later that we found out that there are private islands that we're going to.
Yeah, we just looked really quick without research.
Yeah.
Private island, that's silly.
Don't go to private islands. It's not. You stay on the boat. It's included. You have masses of people, and your food and drinks are included. Or you get off the island,
onto the
private island,
and you pay for everything.
Yes.
And it's just a pool.
And we saw a little coffee shop. I was like, oh, let's go get some coffee. Local coffee, Starbucks. Yeah, no thanks.
$8. Oh, no, it was $6, but then there was a service fee, and then there was another fee. Automatic gratuity.
And the service fee on.
Yeah, on the island. So there's that. Today we are at Cozumel, and we have a private tour guide with a private bus for our family and the other family. So we will let you know how that is.
Yes. High hopes.
Yes.
But not.
We're hoping for authentic food, too.
Yeah, I think we'll probably get that here.
We should. It'd be weird if not.
Yeah. And our next stop is yet again another
private island. But that one, because they don't have a gangway, they have a tender to get to the island is all included. So we planned to just spend that as a day at the private island.
I like relaxing.
In Bahamas.
Yeah, I mean, I like relaxing, but I can only handle so much. But I want to do something.
Let's talk about the app. So on Royal, my mom's tired.
Switch.
We don't have a selfie stick.
Tag team.
On Royal, the app, you can free text your group. It has the list of activities for the day, and you pick which activities you want, and then it has your personal schedule, so you don't forget what you wanted to do. It keeps track of it.
Doesn't it remind you too?
They had a dodgeball tournament. They had a pickleball tournament. They had a ping pong tournament. They had just free play of that stuff. Always something to do. Here it's like, gosh, what are we going to do?
Without the free texting to just get a hold of your family.
Yeah.
I mean, you got an extra $1,000 of just internet right there.
The internet is so expensive. So I don't have internet. So, other family too. Moms don't have internet. Dad's in charge of texting. So it's like nobody can communicate.
Yeah. And
a lot of people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, $200 for the internet package. And then you can't even stream with that. Then you got to do the upgraded one, which is like $200 to something.
Yeah. I think we're supposed to be getting off the boat, though. We should
still have time.
Check to make sure Lacey's ready.
What else? Okay, so since we're on the gripes, tearing you apart, NCL. The
coffee's better on NCL than Royal.
Well, that's because we're putting whipped cream in our coffee.
Don't have cream. It's just the little thingy,
package things.
The fake stuff.
Yeah, no thanks.
Supposed to be good.
The shower, you have to stand up against the wall for me to get wet.
Yeah, well,
it doesn't squirt out far enough.
No, it doesn't.
And then the sink, the faucet.
It's like almost the counter.
It's like my hand is like, there's like no space. Like you can't even, it is cleaner than.
It is cleaner. And the coffee's better. Even the coffee black is better, I think.
Yeah, and I don't like when you come up to get to anywhere, to go through the buffet.
In the back. The buffet is in the back. So if we want to go anywhere on floor 16, we either have to walk to the front and go up or go up these elevators and walk through the buffet. The buffet is a pass-through. I think I said that before.
Yeah.
So it makes it feel so much more crowded. The buffet should not be a pass-through. People are walking by with food. That's stupid. Bad design.
And Royal Caribbean, Princess, just talk to us. We'll give you all kinds of good tips, right?
Because we know.
And it's not hard to label your food. Food is gluten-free.
No, put a label on the food so we know. Instead of trying to find somebody every single time. And, but you're supposed to find the chef, not just the waiters. So we got to find the chef. But that chef might not know. So then we got to find a different chef. okay, that chef knows. Oh, but that one says something different than the last chef, you know?
Yeah, honestly, it's kind
It
of
shouldn't be, if you're not going to label your food, everybody should know or label your food. It shouldn't be just one special chef knows and you have to find them. And there's thousands of people on the boat.
Well, and then when we go to the ice cream, he goes, it's not gluten-free. It's got dairy. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
two different things. Yeah, I know, but
Yeah. Okay.
anyway.
So
Till next time.
more to come.
Yeah, so it's probably a little bit windy.
See that? I think that's the jet skis. There's a whole row of jet skis right here. They're not being used, but they're booked up today.
We're on Great Stirrup Caye, Bahamas, which is not really the Bahamas. I mean, it's the Bahamas. You're the Bahamas?
It's the private island for NCL.
Yeah, I think we need to move to a less windy spot.
Probably.
We'll be back. Okay, we're back on the all-inclusive, not all-inclusive Grand
NCL.
Stirrup Caye. Yeah, so you know what's included?
Food.
Hot dog stands, a food truck.
Well, the food was actually better than on the ship. I got a fish mahi sandwich with no bun, and that was good. And then the
Just
barbecue, I got jerk chicken and a little cucumber salad thing. The cucumber salad was flavorless, but it was cucumbers and peppers. So, I mean,
But you know what made the food better?
I cooked it right there.
Yeah, it was freshly cooked, so it was still warm. So, yeah, if you want to go on a cruise and then come onto an island with 6,000 of your closest not friends.
An island that's not complete, no pool, an all-inclusive island that you pay for everything.
You can snorkel, but there's nothing to really see.
It's an underwater desert. There's little tiny fish.
Yeah. Again, all-inclusive with all kinds of rentals.
Yeah.
You can rent floaties.
You can rent a cabana for $1,000 per person, not per cabana.
We saw one that's got six people on it. $6,000 for that.
You can rent kayaks. You can rent jet skis. The jet skis are out. There's a bunch still in. They're all rented out, but
they only let a certain amount out at a time.
Yeah. So what's the point of having like 30 at least other jet skis that are not being used?
So at this point, I would pay, well, not anything, but I would pay to go do the jet skis because this whole trip has been forced nothing. Like nothing.
Well, at least there's water that we can go in. Should we head back and get our floaty?
Yeah. Update later. I just got to say it one more time. NCL, Western Caribbean, Escape.
2 private islands.
Pass. Unless
you just love the boat.
Well, unless you love masses of people doing nothing and mid-grade cafeteria food, go for it.
Jet skis.
Have the nice Caribbean, Bahamas, blue water behind us. All right, so this is the end of the video. Last day, we leave tomorrow. Okay, who would you say the cruise is for?
Let's go through the gluten-free first. On their island, I had the truck. I had the food truck, and so they had a mahi sandwich, so I got it without a bun. They didn't have gluten-free buns. Fish was actually good. It was all the truck. They cooked the food right there. And then at the buffet, I had some jerk spice chicken. That was really good. It was cooked well. It was moist. It was not dry. And then a cucumber salad. So you were able to get a gluten-free bun at one place. The taco place had no gluten-free shells.
And our friends got the tacos there.
They're terrible. They were cold. The warming plates weren't warmed. So
I'm just kind of honestly just burned out on the food. We gave up on the nightly dinner and we're just doing the buffet.
Yeah.
Because we can do a salad. We saw a few heads of broccoli that were made into almost like a stuffed animal design. I was like,
cauliflower. It was a cauliflower animal.
It's like, I don't want that cauliflower.
Oh, we were sick of having one piece of broccoli with dinner. So we found more veggies at the buffet.
And at dessert, at the actual the dinner where they serve you the same thing every night. I don't want.
Yeah.
So as far as gluten-free goes, skip it.
NCL is not for you if you're gluten-free.
Yeah, and then
it's not clear. They don't. Yeah,
you get multiple different answers.
They cooked your gluten-free pizza in a bowl.
It's a giant salad bowl is what they cooked my gluten-free pizza in. It was interesting watching them getting it out of the salad bowl.
They do have gluten-free crepes, which was those were good.
And the head chef of the buffet made those special.
Yes.
Yeah. So so
we finally met the head chef of the buffet, Chef Raymond.
Yeah.
He's great.
Super nice.
Another lady, she knows us too. So I see her, she goes, "Oh, you ready for gluten-free?" And she'll call Chef Raymond. They know where we sit in the buffet, so it's easy to find us. And so he'll make a bunch of stuff gluten-free for us. So the buffet has turned out to be better than the restaurant. There's one little restaurant.
It's still cafeteria food, though.
It is still cafeteria. Well, ours was made fresh. My lemon pasta, he made pork.
Pork.
Yeah, with some veggies. That was good and fresh, but they had already eaten, so nobody ate it because it takes a long time to get to you.
It was fresh, but I don't know. I still didn't really like it.
Yeah. So the island, their little private island, I just don't get the appeal of a private island. When you go on a cruise to see new places, you are seeing...
Yeah, I was hoping that I could say, like, oh, I've seen the
everything's
Bahamas. I haven't been to the Bahamas.
Everything's
I've been to the NCL island near the Bahamas.
in the Bahamas water.
So who would you say the cruise is for?
People that don't like to do a lot of activities. I mean, you could pay for outings, but it's just not... There's no pickleball. There's no dodgeball. They might have had one ping pong tournament, but they don't have activities for like... Royal Caribbean was good about having 18 to 25-year-old activities. They had pickleball tournaments. They did things in their sports court every day for different people.
Where they had the sports court, I felt was a better position.
Better,
this is all the way at the top.
At the very
so
top,
if it's hot, you're gonna cook.
Yeah, it's so hot up there.
I feel like if you're okay doing nothing,
this is for you.
Nothing. The entire trip.
Or spending a lot of money on the better food, the thermal suite, because there's no sauna that you can go in here. Like on the Royal Caribbean, we went on the gym, and then I did the sauna, and then went about my day. Like I got that stuff done in the sauna. There's not a women's locker room. And the gym, there's a walkway going to the spa in the middle
of the gym.
Just like the buffet. It's a walkway going to the pool through the buffet.
And there's been multiple other people that have kind of like, this is really weird.
The land is terrible. It's terrible. Yeah. And it's just weird to me that they don't have a sauna.
But I could deal with the ship if the destinations were
better.
Like anything.
Yeah.
Two
private islands. Yeah. So. And then just comparing, I mean, we did not like Carnival years ago, but we went on a little cruise out of Long Beach.
It was the booze cruise that they call it.
Yeah. So we weren't expecting much for Royal Caribbean. We went on Royal Caribbean. We had a great time. There was a lot to do. There's stuff for everybody. Yeah. 2 sea days in a row. We didn't get bored.
And this one. So yesterday for the sea day, it was so packed. I mean, we could only get spots at the very front and the top, and there's no shade up there.
There's no shade. There's no shade. And then the ropes course, I haven't seen it open. The kids said it was open, but it was too hot. They don't have misters or anything. It's so hot.
And only one slide at a time is open.
The slides
that we've seen anyway. We haven't seen.
They had 2 slides open. There's 4 of them. They had 2 at a time open, but the lines are so long because they just... I mean, if you make so much money off of bingo, which they do, they make a ton of money off bingo.
Yeah.
Then pay somebody to man the slides all day long on a sea day.
So, I'll let bingo real quick. I'm totally fine with them making money. I get it. It's a business, right? But so you got the last bingo. So they have, but so just the last round, there was at least 500 people there. You have a $50 package. Wait, what was it?
I don't know.
Like you have a 40, 50, and a 79 or something like that. So 500 people, and the payouts were $700 for the first round, $800 for the second round. And then if you didn't win the blackout, which was $5,000, they keep that money. They don't pay it out. But then the third round, the final blackout, was only $1,200. So they're making all
But you didn't go over the jackpot. So each time they play bingo, that third round goes towards the jackpot. And if you have to win blackout within 47 numbers being called, and you get the jackpot. First round of bingo they play on the ship, nobody wins it. It carries over. Nobody wins it. The last one, nobody ever won it. Nobody ever won the jackpot.
So nobody gets it.
So then you continue playing blackout till somebody wins. Instead of the $5,000 jackpot, somebody won $1,000. Yeah. So
don't do it.
If you're making that much money off of bingo, at least have the water slides open longer.
Well, 2 totally separate things, but make your payouts reasonable.
No, but I'm saying if you're making that much money, then man the ship better. Do things better. Have better food. Have more vegetables. Like, they're making a lot of money.
Yeah, the dinners at, like, where they serve you.
It's 1 piece of broccoli with the chicken. If you get steak, you get french fries. You don't get mashed potatoes. You don't get any greens.
And only 4 things change on the menu, right? There's like the 4 or 5 things are the same every night.
And it's not themed like Indian cuisine one night, Asian cuisine one night, Italian, French, like the Royal Caribbean did. It's all just blah.
It is blah.
Don't love Norwegian if you haven't gotten it yet.
If you're going to do Norwegian, and you have to, do not do this cruise.
Don't do the Escape. We've heard that other ships are better.
Don't do the Western Caribbean. Look at the itinerary, see where they're going. Don't do private islands.
Don't pick it
Dumb.
fast in a rush like we did.
Big mistake.
50%
Expensive
off.
mistake.
Okay, let's go on a cruise.
It was 60% off. 60% off of what?
I'm trying to get people on this ship.
I tell you what though, I'm ready to work because I want to do something. I've done nothing. Last little thing. So we were playing shuffleboard down below, and it kind of like you have up on the side, you have all the balconies, and we were playing shuffleboard down here. And you have all these little kids. They were throwing grapes at us.
Grapes.
So number one, our friends that came with us, he was like, "Where are they getting grapes at?"
They're chucking the grapes at our heads, like throwing grapes at us, and from up high they kind of hurt. But like instead of being upset with the grapes, we're upset at where did you get grapes? We haven't seen grapes anywhere.
Well, that was the most exciting thing that happened, like going to get
and
the security.
No, they didn't care at all. The ship didn't care.
Scale out of 5 stars.
1. Oh, our room.
Honestly, I would like to get my money back.
Wait, our room. Okay, so apparently to get towel animals and all that good stuff, you tip before your room person ever cleans your room. You tip before for them to do
Well, that was
extras.
just something we saw.
That's what somebody else on the Facebook page. They said, "Oh yeah, we have no problem. We get this." But I'm sorry, your job is to clean our rooms. If you want extra above and beyond after the already paid gratuity, then you do above and beyond, and you do like special things. Like on the Royal Caribbean, our little stateroom guy was there all the time. Like he would come and clean our room. He'd do cute little room towels. And then at night, there was like turn down service. And he was always doing just nice things, asking us if we need anything. And like he went above and beyond, and we tipped him like crazy at the end. We gave him his own special tip. And then we gave you can tip certain people that help you. And
plus on that one, we did have
so much better.
We did have 4 people, and we did do a larger room, but we had 4 people, and it was a disaster every night.
And he was so good.
I'll say, so this guy, he did bring me a lounge chair because we do have kind of like a bigger balcony. We got lucky and we got an oversized.
He brought a lounge chair after 2. But our old coffee after 2 days is still there. Our cups haven't been cleaned. It's just not.
So we will not be doing Norwegian again.
No.
Honestly, after this, I'm not sure if I would actually do a cruise again. My parents really like Princess.
He will. He'll go on a cruise again. I'm sure because he wants to try a couple other places.
They do. My parents really like Princess. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So we might try Princess or maybe Virgin. I would maybe go back to Royal Caribbean. Maybe it depends on the place.
After a couple years of exploring some places on our own again.
Yeah. 1 star, half star, 0.25.
I'll give it a 1 star. I mean, food was edible.
So we're gluten sensitive. We're not true celiac. I think if you were true celiac,
I don't think you would be screwed. Our son is the worst, and he was pretty uncomfortable yesterday.
Yeah, but he also doesn't really do good with corn. So.
And corn is like the only other option.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that.
Till next time. Okay. So this is just a little quick thing that's going to turn into
something else.
Another 10 minutes. So they have a lot of the specialty dining.
All cruise lines do. You have your all-inclusive, and then you have a few restaurants that you pay for.
Like 3, maybe.
However, it was more on the Royal.
But they weren't ginormous.
There is an entire 4.
Yeah.
All of deck 8 is specialty dining.
All around. They look like good restaurants, and they're like good, nice locations, good seating, all that stuff. But if you're paying for an all-inclusive cruise, you don't want to have to go then pay the price of an expensive specialty restaurant of like at least $40 a plate.
Oh, but in the main dining hall? So the menu doesn't change much. Remember we were talking about, there's a section of the menu with like 4, 5 items maybe.
Yeah, like lobster or
filet mignon. They're all paid.
$30.
Yeah.
And so on Royal Caribbean, there was a lobster.
We got lobster one night. We got filet mignon one night. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
So,
all right.
They're just trying to suck everything out on your all-inclusive.